So the last video I posted for you guys of this truck, it was sitting up on a lift and I was installing a 4-inch Tough Country suspension lift. And while I was doing it, I had noticed I had a coolant and oil leak, and that was the last I left off. Well, it's a few months later. Truck is fixed. That was kind of a fiasco. The dealership had it for 11 days versus the one they told me. But they got a new seal on the timing chain cover and changed a couple things as far as the coolant system. I think they changed the pump and some housing. It's been fine since. I haven't noticed any oil drips or coolant leaks, so knock on wood, she's good to go again. I'm just going to show you the truck, tell you the few things I did to it, and talk about the fuel economy I get with this Ecodiesel. So, things I've done to it. You can see I put running boards on it. I put WeatherTech rain visors on it. I tinted the front to match the rear, which I really like that because you don't get the sunburn in your arm. I have this Access tonneau cover. I got the DZ tailgate assist. That's really nice. I don't have to worry about dropping the tailgate down on my kids' heads. They're all about yay high, so if I don't realize they're down there and just let that sucker go, it's gonna knock them out. And on the inside I got this ProTech mat. It is sprayed, but this thing keeps stuff from sliding around. This spray tends to be slippery, especially if it gets wet. Up in the front I got all my tools. I like to carry a lot of tools along. Also got a mag flashlight mounted in here, fire extinguisher because you never know, a recovery rope, and in that bag I keep my hitch. And on the interior I had these really nice Carhartt seat covers. They're the same material as the Carhartt coats. You can see I'm already saving the seats. I got my kids back here all the time and they jump all over the place and carry everything they carry on their shoes right in my truck, kick the doors, kick the seats. So these things are really durable. I haven't washed them yet. I've had them on for like 7 months at least. Got a nice cover over the armrest and everything. Got the WeatherTech floor mats. Those are saviors. Nice thing about the Rams is they got these really cool toolboxes built in. So these just pull out. Got a bunch of wrenches, stuff in there. Up under here, I took my jack they put under there out because I carry a bottle jack, and the jack they give you won't work with a lifted truck anyhow. And I got one of them really cool gear wrench socket sets. That thing works really nice. The big horn, so it's got the modish trim. I really like the built-in brake controller. That's a major upgrade over an aftermarket one. Then back to the suspension. This is a Tough Country lift. It includes a new upper control arm, then a spacer that goes on the top of the strut, and a spacer that goes in the strut between the spring and the top of the strut. So you do have to disassemble the strut, or you have to take it somewhere to have them do it for you. Then it also comes with a sway bar drop bracket. And then that's really it for the front. Upper control arm, those spacers, and that drop bracket, and you get a 4-inch lift in the front. And in the back, Tough Country gives you a big 2 1/4 inch like spacer out of metal that you put on top of the coil spring. But I didn't really like that, and it kind of seemed to me like it made a little bit of rattling noise. So I took that out and I ordered, I think these are Tough Country heavy duty 50% increase springs. They're quite a bit thicker and heavier duty than the stock springs. And then on top of those I put in, I believe it was an 1.5 inch rubber spacer. So I didn't want any noise up there, so I thought the rubber spacer would work a little better. So in the end, that gets me about 4 inches, maybe a little over 4 inches of lift in the back, which kind of matches the 4 inches in the front. So yeah, I have rake in my truck again, but I tow a camper and I don't want my truck aiming uphill when I tow the camper, so I'd rather have a little bit of rake in it while it's sitting than have it point uphill when I'm towing. These new springs are awesome. I put 1,200 pounds of concrete in the back of my truck, and the truck only squatted like 1.5 inches, so it makes this truck perform a lot more like a heavy-duty truck. Granted, it's not, but I like these springs way better over the stock springs. The stock springs are so flimsy, I can push down on them with my hand and make them squish with just the weight of me. And these ones, you can't do that. The tires I have are Terra Grapplers G2s. They're Nito tires. They measure 35, 11.5 R20s. I kind of wish I had gone with 12.5 wide. Too late. Got them. They're on the truck, so obviously gonna run them till they're gone. I still think they're awesome tires. There's no rubbing or clearance issues at all with this lift and these tires. Doesn't touch anywhere. Got the heater plug put in there. Did forget to mention that I hardwired a dash cam in, which is pretty easy to do. You just open that up, and you gotta buy a step down converter, so you can step down from 12 volts to it's like 3 or 4 volts that USB port needs. And the little converter has the USB plug right on it. You can order them on the internet. I think mine came straight from China. I ordered 2 of them because they're like $4, and then you gotta wire it in. I wired mine into the interior lights, so my dash cam comes on anytime the interior lights are on. It's on right now, I can't tell, but you could also wire it in if you have a rear window like I do. You could wire it into that switch so it only comes on when your key is on. I really didn't care if it recorded extra, it just loop records anyway, so I'll just catch extra footage. I get, for mileage, a solid 22. That's kind of driving in the city slash country. It's mostly country roads, but there's stoplights and whatnot, so it's not straight up highway. On the highway, I can get it to average well over 25 if I feather it and take it easy, going at 55, 60. Before the lift, I used to average 25.5 all day long, all week long. It was always at 25.5 driving it around. So I did lose, 2-3 miles to gallon with the lift and the big tires. But being that it's a Ecodiesel, still no truck on the road that's going to touch 22 average miles a gallon with 35-inch tires and a 4-inch lift. Anyhow, that's my truck. Tell me what it needs, what I did that's really stupid. Yeah, I know it needs cooler rims, but I don't have a bottomless pit of money. So it's stockers. Oh, I think I forgot to mention, I am running 1.5 inch spacers on the stock rims, so it sticks out just a little bit. If you do get spacers, get good ones. These are hub centric. I think it's like 1060 aircraft grade aluminum or something you want. I could be wrong on that number, but you want a good grade aluminum, and you want to have good grade stud bolts. I think these are 10.5 grade bolts. So if you buy spacers, don't go and buy $40 ones, cheap ones. It's not worth it. Thanks.